Enough! You're blacklisted. Take your sick little games elsewhere.
Easy, lady. I just want to develop some photographs. I'm not trying to take your innocence.
That's an interesting camera he's carrying. Professional class. No consumer model.
Does that poor girl even know what you're up to?
You have a wild imagination. A little photo should not count as a crime. It's not like it's a loaded gun or something.
Loaded gun. Your hair stands on end. The woman casts a split-second glance in your direction. Not your fight. Remain in bushes.
Don't step too close. They're handing out bans like they're going out of style. Very well. Photo 24 can have this round. Thank you for this extreme stress I'll now carry through my day.
He gives you one more glance as he leaves. Garish coat flapping behind him.
That was exciting, wasn't it? Nobody. A seedy little oddity who likes making fantastical threats. Oh yes, keen photographer, limited in subject. Lucky for you to only catch him on the day of his banishment. Ah, while I have it here, this is the screwdriver pseudopod requested. For the fax machine.
This toolkit looks so empty. Barely usable in its current state. Fortunately, it appears highly expandable. She gestures towards the monstrous off-white plastic machine behind you.
Speaking of, where is your double?
This woman could be a valuable source of information, if you can prise it from her.
It's that little amber light. It means out of order, and I haven't been able to get it to green, meaning in order.
Just looking at that thing causes you to take psychic damage. Best stay away.
Pseudopod assured me this machine was a vital tool of communication, as precious to our work as the magic box we installed on your room phone. I'm telling you now, Operant. That's what's happening here. You've received all sorts of technical training, I presume. I would think getting a little light to turn green should be well within your powers.
A dread beast humming with dormant power. A handless scribe. It just needs to be soothed.
No introductions necessary. You're Operant Cascade. I'm Constance, of course. Special asset, liminal class. Making my debut with the Operant Bureau. Pseudopod was insistent I stick to cryptonyms. If it's all the same to you, that's what I prefer. Before we get into it, I want to make one thing clear. Just because I'm working for the opera does not make me some kind of communist. So don't even attempt to seduce me with your post-historical dialectics. Your double already tried his hardest. I'm here strictly for the espionage. If there's any support you require, just say. I've got nearly everything in order, except for this monstrous fax machine.
She looks at you, awaiting instructions.
Yes? What is it? My God, you're saying he's... Oh. Oh, God.
Shock, bewilderment, your cue. Behind the acrylic display case, your eye catches on a scene of an amateur pelota squad, smiling against a sun-bleached wall. Memories trapped beneath dull ice.
What do we do, Operant? It was yesterday, when he returned for the evening. He looked stressed, like he was shouldering a great burden. No, I don't believe so. Only that you'd be arriving today, and none too soon.
This isn't getting anywhere.
Pseudopod was a very good teacher. He said it would fall on me to see after any operants who are incapacitated in theatre. I wonder, did he ever suspect he was talking about himself? Absolutely not. Nobody's been upstairs except yourself on Pseudopod. I can assure you, Operant. Oh dear, I could use a rag. I've never seen this before. What's on it?
Meaning Pseudopod must have brought it here.
No, I don't pay attention to all that. Music is very overrated in my opinion. Perhaps it's defective. I must say, it doesn't look like a regular disc like you buy at the shops. This looks more like a bootleg. I haven't the faintest idea. I'm adrift. Pseudopod struck me as an absolute professional and very cautious.
Your double's condition is of secondary importance.
I suppose I could move him to the spare room down here. That way I can keep an eye on him. A doctor. Right. Good thinking. Dr. Hugo would help. He runs a houseboat clinic in the back ways to the west of the old docks, past the waterlock.
She doesn't respond, but looks down as her cheeks flush deep crimson.
can't really say for certain. He kept things very close, as he was supposed to. Have you tried the bootleg bazaar? He was down there yesterday.
The bootleg bazaar. That matches the purchase order you found on his body.
It's where all the knockoffs and illegal imports come make their way into the city. It's only sprung up in the last few years. Part of the whole mania of all things Lusian. It may well have. I'm sure there's a disc vendor down there. It can't hurt to ask, can it?
On the contrary, asking the wrong question can hurt quite a lot. Still, a lead is better than no lead.
He said he intended to interview some of the vendors. I can't tell you what he was after precisely.
There. 2 lines of inquiry converge. Bring this purchase order to the bazaar. That's your next stop.
You can practically see it from the front door. Due south, in the ruins of the old Essilk factory. Head west from the roundabout. If by some chance you find yourself in Party Alley, it means you've gone the wrong way. Anything for the assignment. Was there anything else? I certainly don't. It looks flirtatious. Seedy business attracts itself. Try the Fogged Mirror. It's a bar just to the west, along Party Alley.
The shiver of a familiar name. Smell of old wood and cigarette ash. Tap of spilled drinks on the underside of your shoe. Your old haunt, where you met with your former assets once upon an assignment.
I try to avoid it, personally. Very well. Forgive me, is this some kind of test? Shouldn't you be the one advancing thesis and so forth? Granted, this is only my debut, but it seems to me that something's very amiss. No matter what we do, nothing appears to go according to plan. Pseudopod assured me it's all part of the work, but it gives me a rather unsettled feeling. And now, well... Yes, that much is clear.
She gives you a nod.
Before you do, I understand this is your first time back in theatre for some time. I just wanted to say, welcome back to the opera.
The screen flickers, static turns to black. A booming voice emerges.
Did you know water covers approximately 63% of the world, but the sky covers 100%?
Wrong. The sky is only 98% sky. The other 2% is used to cover up the fact that they replaced the moon 4 times.
On screen, there appears a man with a paper bag over his head. He gesticulates wildly.
But they don't want you to know that. That's why they're coming for me. But not before I tell you the truth.
The screen warps and color shifts. Between clips of the bagman talking, a phone number flashes urgently. You jot down the digits as Bagman watches on.
I am Subcommandante Beckman, and this is the reality situation. No breaks, no filters, no cowards. I know about the Boers. I know about iodine. La Luz's invisible aircraft carriers, weaponized nostalgia, microbial microphones, lunar obfuscation programs.
For 300 years, the Lusian elite have been producing psychic copies of themselves, all to preserve the consciousness of one man, the original techno-fascist.
Find out what I know by tuning into the reality situation. Airing until they shut us down. This is a war, and I don't take orders from anyone. Especially not reality.
He salutes you back. The sounds from the commercial fade.
Operant. That's understandable. It's been a while since you were last in Portofino, hasn't it? Head south, and you're guaranteed to find it. It's just east of the roundabout and west of the backways. Leave the bootleg bazaar from the west entrance, then just keep going. Eventually you'll hit water. You'll want to stop then. Hardly. It's just around the corner. Walk west a ways, and you'll find yourself right in the plaza. Of course, Operant. I'll be here if you require anything.
A humongous white block of office technology sits in front of you. It looks like a sacrificial altar made of plastic. Inside, mechanical parts are assembled in such a way that it can scream analog messages across huge distances. Your screwdriver makes short work of the starhead screws holding the side panel in place. You set them aside one by one and gently remove the plastic panel. The holy innards of the facsimile machine reveal themselves to you like a sacrificial animal waiting to be interpreted. You're looking at a Sugar Hill Executive Series 2, a cursed model, plagued by numerous debilities, most commonly a chronically misaligned paper tray. From the machine bowels comes a pleasing chunk. As the plastic tray slots back into its receiver, the paper belt purrs as life is restored.
Much better, thank you.
The small green light marks its status as ready. Image quality, and whatever remains of human patience. You turn away from the fax machine. The stereo is right where you left it. You step away from the equipment. You return to your double's limp body. Your double is indifferent to the world. The fax machine awaits order. You turn away.
I can do this. I can take you on. I'm your man. I'm your man. I'm your man.
The middle-aged man cranes his neck to look at the top of the pylon. You can see the blue fabric of a worker's uniform under his high-vis vest. He blinks at the interruption, startled out of his mantra. Renotel, a diversified communications company local to the state of Portaferro, immediately recognizable by its dolphin logo.
Oh, it's just me trying and failing to do my job. Again.
A feeling you know well enough.
It's embarrassing, really. I'm overqualified for this position, and yet I can't even do the simplest tasks asked of me.
What he says doesn't add up. The logic is broken.
Now I've said it out aloud. Yes, I would agree. Put it this way. I'm a qualified engineer with years of experience, just not in this particular field. I'm hired to perform any necessary maintenance on the arteries.
Technical words that only mean something to those with the prerequisite knowledge.
The wireless phone network is routed through electronic boxes called arteries. They work like the old terminal boxes, except there are no cables or wires. Renotel has been upgrading its payphones across the city. They pretty much all run on wireless signals now. Mad, isn't it? We can send telephony data through the air now using radiophonics. Renotel is developing a range of products with this technology, including portable phones, intercoms, headsets, and cordless scanners.
The result of non-competitive bidding and a bit of self-dealing on the part of the city's governing elite.
The owner of Renotel, the rich guy at the top of it all. The company is named after him. Imagine being the one man in charge of telecommunications across the city. I don't see a problem with it as long as you get the good service you expect. Which is what I'm here trying to ensure.
Naivety like this is the problem. Healthy competition is what pushes technology forward, and society along with it.
Yes, one of the old terminals. It's a terrible tangle of cables up there, but I can handle that. The part I'm struggling with is climbing up this ladder. I'm acrophobic, one of my many fears.
A man stood on a cliff's edge, constantly expecting even the ground to fall from under him.
Oh no, you really shouldn't. Not only is it dangerous, but qualified Renotel technicians are the only persons permitted up there. It's complicated, not something I can teach you in a day. Where to even start? I'm scared of heights, wild boars, drains, tuk-tuks, teenagers, the moon. You haven't been there.
He doesn't answer, at least not with words. No need when your body language matches a spider as it stiffly curls up in a ball to die.
I've had them for about a decade. I only had one or two at first, then slowly acquired more and more over the years.
He grimaces, wearing the same look as when you asked him about the moon.
As I already said, I would rather not talk about it. Scared of that too. Yes, so am I. A terrible thing to live within the ruins of the self. But we keep going any way we can. Same as everyone else, mining cadmium, lithium, and other rare minerals. In my case, on behalf of the Illuminated Empire, La Luz.
The Luz, once a powerful empire, now reconstituted as a modern techno-fascist state, the rising military and cultural power of the day. Luz, techno-fascists, enemy.
Not for any good reason. It hardly supports life, but is all too ready to offer up a drawn-out death. I saw much of it up there.
Burned to the inside of his eyes.
Statistically, there is more death happening around us here, but it is much crueler on the moon. Perhaps because the spirit is divorced from its home soil and cannot so easily return. It's what gives me hope that one day I will find peace. Of course, it makes the encroaching inevitability of my own death easier to deal with, too. As do I. It's a comfort to know that it won't have to travel hundreds of thousands of kilometers through space at least. Very much. It's fairly peaceful. And I've always been quite fond of seafood. Though I will admit, I'm getting a little bit sick of shrimp. Lots of things. Primarily, it picks up wireless networks, radio frequencies, and electrical signals so you can track their source. It would be more relevant to my experience, but I'm retired from that sort of work at least. I wish I could say that, but it's an integral part of my job. Not a lot, unfortunately. I do collect magnets, though. That's probably the most fun thing about me. It's a lifetime hobby. I always carry a few around in my pocket, so I can see what surfaces they will stick to. I've got some years left in me yet, I hope. If we must. Very much. None that I know of. Which reminds me, I really should get around to registering for a GP.
It won't do him much good. His body's reaching the point where aches and pains are par for the course.
You'll have to be more specific. Seen a couple of guys who match that description. Not that I pay much attention to them. The uniform of all those type of men. You'll have to give me something else. I don't think I'm tall enough to see other men's bald spots. They're quite common as well, you know? Good point. It's been a while since I saw them. Long enough that I don't remember where. Right you are. I would say we're all short of one these days. That must be referring to the Miracle Line. Renault's longest running and top performing fixed line. No, that kind of thing isn't for me. It's just part of the job to know about it. Make sure it stays operational. Must be just over a decade at this point. It's actually the last payphone in Portofino to still be running the old way. Now they've all gone wild. The line cannot go down, not even for a second, which means it cannot be serviced or upgraded. First thing they taught me when I joined.
A single thread, fraying.
The reason being, or so I've heard, is that Renotel would incur a bill of such whopping proportions that it could risk the whole company going under. No further details, unfortunately. It's just one of those stories that gets circulated among the staff. The unrealized loss, they call it. The company's big secret. Knowing away at its foundation like a rat in the shadows. That'll be down to Duchess and the service she provides.
The way he said service, like he meant
Yes, operated by Renotel, manned by the inimitable Duchess. It's the old payphone along the back ways, west of the dock. Sure. Of course. Sure.
As you depart, the chant of "I'm your man" starts back up behind you. Wild boar piglets snuffle through the city's trash, still wearing the stripes of babyhood like halitosis humbugs. Behold, the cloven-hoofed effect of urban administrative collapse. You didn't bring any pamphlets or manifestos. But where there are bullets, there are boars. An adult can be up to 500 pounds of bristled, pitiless hog with tusks. You scan from left to right, checking the alley's tangled contours for a hint of hairy maternal rage. There is none. Yes. No interest from the hogolescents. You leave the boars to their devices. A silk number 3, the old silk factory, once the pounding heart of the city. Pseudopod had a purchase order from a vendor called Carmuna. She must be in here somewhere. You also have that curious red disc to hand. A media specialist could likely tell you more. An altar to Belarus, the bazaar's unofficial patron star. It is cluttered and precarious with offerings. The shrine lacks the sacred air of Mercian churches you knew as a child. It is an organic thing, maintained by locals of their own volition. A spectacle of Porphyrian humanity, the steps worn with the years of its visitors' hope and grief. Whatever their meaning, they were enough to summon you here, now to this shrine rammed into the side of the city. Ink stains and knife scratches adorn the shrine, jagged words cast toward the flickering skies. In your guiding, we learn. Do you envy our brief, searing lives? Marco loves Puss. As you fade, we follow. A collection of cheap plastic photo frames, haphazardly arranged on a red checkered tablecloth. Each heavy with significance, all of it lost on you. Between them lie offerings and totems, a necklace, some out-of-circulation coins, an old packet of smokes. Ouroboros Black, an imported brand. As soon as you pick it up, you feel that whatever's inside it is not cigarettes. Outslide a few staple pages folded neatly into a little cuboid, almost exactly the dimensions of the package. Rite of passage. It's an exit visa. Permission to travel freely out of Portofino. An elderly man stares back at you from a printed headshot at the document's apex. Long black and grey hair swept back in a wave. Augustino Dante, according to the name on the pages. Born in the year 27 in La Luz. The name, who knows? The document, yes. City issued. Holographic stamp and all. You refold the pages along their elaborate creases and slip them in your pocket. You adjust your position and gather the appropriate reverence. The audience of framed strangers watches you in silence. A prayer of interference. Your words hang in the air, brittle as glass. The noise of the world beyond the alley dims. Sunlight flickers, casting jagged shadows across the photographs. Your words are gone as they are uttered, careered upwards on the air's invisible wires. Dock workers' voices carry to you on the breeze, breaking the shrine's strange peace. You step over the threshold and into a memory. This place, this bar, the center of the frozen world. Old schnapps and the faded sour cologne of body odor and bleach. Soft yellow light filtered through cracked shades. The rumble of the ice machine. A hissing television. Exactly how you remember it. Favorite den of Keesok's local Pelota squad and their partisans, as well as a certain disgraced spy of the Operant Bureau. Stale air circulates your lungs. The taste is familiar. Your eye is drawn to the shelf behind the bar, littered with dusty bottles. The best part about this place is that it's open all night, every night. Its doors are always open to you, as they are now. On the wall above, mounted like the taxidermied head of a bull moose, is a toilet. Scratched and yellowed porcelain, a notable smudge on the lip of the sea, brownish. Do not entertain further investigations of what the smudge may be. It's safe to assume that you don't want to know. From across the room, the bartender notices your gaze and the expression on your face.
Don't worry. The smudge on the rim is just blood. 83. Kisok versus Recreación. The referee sent Peña off on a bullshit call. A riot ensued, as per tradition. Someone ripped a toilet right out of the washroom wall and chucked it at the Recreación supporters.
It's a misty, watercolored memory for her. Kisok's pride, the moment it all peaked, when all the madness and meaning in the world swelled into one glorious, unstoppable wave. Countless injuries were reported in the aftermath of the incident, and 2 fatalities confirmed. The bartender gives a small, approving nod in your direction. In the machine aisles is a lineup of smokes, candy, and canned coffee. If you change your mind, they'll still be here, dormant in their artificially chilled chamber. Under a thick, curved screen, colors rip and tear into each other, making it impossible to make sense of what is currently playing. A discolored bloom of interference mars the corner of the screen, tinting the dancing mascot on the sidelines purple.
Oh yeah. Pro typos are garbage. I suppose I'll buy a new one. Again. Nothing lasts anymore.
Electrons deflected by magnetic interference. The shadow mask has been corrupted. Without an instrument of magnetic banishment, you are near powerless to exorcise the demons of distortion from the fogged mirror's television.
Oh. No. I'm not sure what you're even talking about. No wands here.
All hope may not be lost. The proximity of the speakers to the CRT screen has caused this blight, so perhaps removing their malign influence will, if not completely free the television, at least prevent its further defilement. The bartender stands on her toes and moves the speaker a few centimeters. Almost instantly, the purple blotch recedes.
Well then. Good eye. Thank you.
For a quarter of an hour, you watch as men in short shorts and tall socks hurl a leather sphere against concrete with tremendous force. Their passionate grunts are matched only by the violent impacts of the ball.
Helps with blood circulation, reduces fatigue. Also makes their legs look longer.
The words of your old double Holocene come to mind. In the so-called developed world, the whole political and cultural economy of a place is revealed through its sporting rivalries.
That's Kisok PC. Everyone around here goes for them.
The locals local. Team of the working classes with strong ties to the old silk industry.
Recreación. Bunch of pretty boys in short shorts.
Recreación is a money laundering vehicle for the profiteer class. Those who've won the end of history by steering years of stabilization packages to their chosen enterprises.
They're alright. Viva Kisok! Just remember that we're not allowed to use the WCs in another team's arena. I guess they're worried someone will take it upon themselves to recreate the ceramic panic of '83. One person rips out a toilet and lobs it into the stands. One time! And if not, there are plenty of plastic bottles around.
The bartender gives you a brief, familiar nod as you slide off the stool. An older man, heavy-set, looks up as you approach. On the table next to him is a large plastic box. An accordion hose runs from the side of it and disappears between his shirt buttons.
Opera. Bon of you to drop by. Though a bit earlier than I was expecting.
It should be said that you've never seen this man before in your life.
No matter. You're here now. That's what counts. Never. And yet I think we're well met. Some reputations precede. I heard a notorious spy had escaped from the freezer and was running amok in theater. Had to see for myself.
This man must be part of our welcoming committee. The gang's legend spreads far and wide.
Now here you are, in living color. Cascade, known to some as Herschel Wilk.
Your stomach tightens. Predator, caution. You might still be able to play this off.
Officially, I'm no one. A null entity. A sad old man in an ugly shirt, killing time at a gouty paleta bar.
No entity. The Operant Bureau's preferred name for those it would rather forget.
But my sordid history's not the subject here. It's you everyone's asking about. Old friends, professional critics, big-time players in the international organ market. All kinds of stuff. They're asking, has she figured out her assignment yet? What's going on with her double? Does she still have it? Thrilling questions all. But mainly, they're concerned about your heart. Size of a fist, weighs about a quarter kilo. They want to know what you'll take for it. A heart with history. There's connoisseurs who'd pay a premium for that. Reminds me of a story in the paper. An Azuri cannibal pays another man for the pleasure of killing him and devouring his heart. Gruesome scene. Features a frying pan and all sorts of unprintable details. One detail they did print, though, was this. A fella who sells his own heart accepts his payment by check. GMs find it uncashed in his blood-drenched shirt pocket.
He shakes his head slowly.
The opera have dropped you in a river of shit. Maybe I can help you get yourself out of it. This thing? No. This is just the plastic box that keeps me from shaking the Manus Fati.
To shake the hand of fate is to die in this part of the world. Gentle electronic tones rise and recede from it like the tide against the digital beach.
Last I heard, the original article was sitting on a desk in a third-level sub-basement somewhere in the Vesa. Story for another time, I'd say. And yet no one's tried. Maybe they've been scared. How about you? Don't know about that. Rather traumatic, medically speaking. Fortunately, I retain a fearless cardiologist. This was your old haunt, was it not? See why you're drawn to it. Spacious, decent sightlines. Noisy enough to make bugging impractical.
At this hour, the bar is beginning to come to life again. A few regulars shuffle in, taking their regular positions. The two of you attract no particular attention. Meanwhile, the bartender washes a few glasses in a tiny sink, looking up every now and then towards the television.
Yes. This place will do. Our temporary office. Long as we're both in Portofino, of course. As I said, wanted to witness your return to live action myself. Just because I'm bereft of official existence doesn't mean I can't keep an eye on the younger generation. Maybe pass along a little practical wisdom here and there. Verdict still out. Doesn't even seem like you made it as far as your unfortunate double. Almost like you made straight for the bar. Interesting approach. Strappy coat, glasses, look of sorry bewilderment, gastropod, something like that. Even worse. How's he getting on? Haven't seen him for a few days. Need to work on your deceptions. If I still had a heart, it would have pained me to hear that. Unfortunately, that seems to be the modus these days. Chiseling hunks of frost-burnt meat out of the freezer and tossing them straight into the grinder. Must be a better way, you'd think. Barbarous youth storming the gates, hoisting its dirty flag. You got age on your side, but have you got it? Rhetorical question remains to be seen. It? That ineffable, inexplicable quality essential to success in theater. Frequently discussed, rarely demonstrated. Depends. Do you want to grab reality by the face, tear off a false skin, and stare into the abyss of stars inside her skull? There was a time when someone believed you might, seeing as they trusted you to set up the opera's last Portaferro network. Didn't turn out so hot, if reports are accurate. And yet, here you are, back on the scene. That suggests your it levels haven't totally flatlined. One of the most difficult questions in id studies. Driven more than a chair of operants and math prodigies to stark, raving insanity. Given that, the consensus seems to be better not lose it in the first place. Call it your look of haggard perplexity, assuming that's not just your normal expression. You've been out of the action for 5 years. I've been in this game a long time. Picked up plenty of neat things that could be of interest to you. Only what's in his red folder. Do you want to hear it?
With a great sigh, the man leans back in the booth and closes his eyes.
Novessa born, graduate of the Polytechniker. No partner or dependents, of course. Father was a noted cosmonaut. Taught life sciences before his recruitment.
The old man's eyelids flutter as he continues.
No remark-worthy sexual tendencies. High attention to detail. A mild allergy to his own sweat. Occasional flashes of grandiosity. That last point may sound familiar. You were chosen because his skill sheet was thought to complement your own. How that translates interpersonally, more for you to say. It's certainly pretty for you to think so, and convenient that you'll never find out for certain. And recitation. Take a recent sample. One of your enemies has set up a secret jail somewhere here in Kisak. Strike a chord. The rich one. Enter.
Enter, aka L'Empire Sans Territoire, aka The Bank. Equal parts Global Development Fund and Spy Service. Linchpin of the developed world.
My offer is this. I share with you a little from my wall of shadows. You help me with some personal research. Because I've been in a few, and set up a few others myself. Went the wrong way then, I'd say. Bazaar's southeast of here. Maybe this rendezvous was a bit premature. Tell you what, let's try again once you've gotten a bit more up to speed. I recommend Carmuna, personally. Runs a second-hand clothes stall right by the canal. Terrible gossip. Never heard a secret she couldn't wait to spill. I'll be here if you want to talk more. Forewarned is forearmed. Take your pick. We're nominally in the developed world. That's Emtra's home pitch. By that same token, Portaferro was a Lusian penal colony for a long while. Some people think the Weeping Eye are lurking around every corner.
The Weeping Eye, the Los's secret place, the dark subconscious of the stay. He flicks his thumb, as if flipping an imaginary coin. He makes no attempt to catch it.
The techno-fascists are really treating the place like they own it again. Operating out in the open like that suggests confidence, I'd say.
He takes the disc and adjusts his glasses to get a closer look.
Two things stand out. First, this is an unusual format. Einzelton. Not just standard consumer fare. Question for a disc vendor, I'd say. There's a misanthropic one around the bazaar. Ask him. The artist, Ultravioletta, the Lusian electro-pop singer. Gone missing, so they say. I guess not. Freshly unshelved as you are. Ultravioletta is quite popular, especially in this city. You but from a dream. No, nothing at all. Local television personality. Though his accent suggests origins in the People's Republics. Lavendy, I'd say.
The PR Lavendi, the less socially developed neighbor of the PR Kohila.
Obviously a lunatic, an addict of some sort. I'd keep my distance were I you. He's got a glorified rat hole in the housing campaign. Calls it his Fortress Studio. Across the rooftops, I think. Please, operand. There's cavorting with the genius loci, and then there's wrapping your mouth around a raw sewage line. That said, he's got tens of thousands of regular viewers. Not bad for public access. No such thing in my experience. Till next time, operand.